So this is a reaction for watching or coming out of Gran Turismo movie. Uh, the Gran Turismo movie, I was expecting for it to be a pretty bad, video game movie. It actually surprised me. It was actually pretty good. The first act, boring, was losing me. When it got into the second act, when they were training, whatever, it actually got interesting. It isn't just something an action. It was an action movie. It was more a movie about the trials and tribulation of racing, and actually it went a good way. It went a good route. It wasn't just what you expected. Your local, your normal of having to go through these races and having an enemy or whatever. No, it actually went inside of what it was like racing that, going through that experience, and so it actually surprised me because it was actually pretty well acted, pretty well written, pretty well directed, and even like the action sequences they were exciting for a racing movie. They had this one thing where they did where it made you feel like you were in a game while they were racing real cars. Like the angles of the game, so they were like right behind the car or even inside the car. I wanted to see more of that. In the beginning, like I said, the first act was actually kind of boring, but it was setting everything up, and I was thinking, I'm not gonna care about these characters. There was a love story, but they didn't drag it out, which is great because I actually enjoyed how they went through his experience through this process, which is what you were going to the movie for. You weren't going to the movie to see a love story or anything like that. And there's like a little love story, but they kind of end it quickly, and you just kind of say, okay, they are what they are. But the story was actually about the racing of him going through the whole process and just how it ended. It was surprisingly good. I'd say this is a good movie. You should go see it. If you don't see it in theaters, that's fine, but I think you should see it. Maybe rent it or whatever, but it was a good movie. It had action, it had heart, it had some humor. Just get over the first act, and then after, I think you'll enjoy it. It was very surprising. There was actually people in the audience, and I don't know if it's maybe they had colds or something, but a lot of sniffling with more than one people through a couple of different scenes. So there is some heart to this movie. So Gran Turismo, I say watch it. It's a surprise for me. I was really expecting to hate it or not like it or not enjoy it. I actually ended up liking it quite a bit. Um, Good acting. It kind of reminded me of that Ford versus Ferrari, but if it didn't have A-list actors and it didn't have A-list directors, which is not a bad thing. Not saying a bad thing. Ford versus Ferrari was great because of those things. This is a great movie without those things. So I would say watch it. It's a good movie.